one of my first videos on how to bring in basically a raster-based image into from the web into Photoshop and then convert it over to Illustrator so we can take this vector-based image into a file that we can use with the CRICUT for either vinyl cutting or just paper, or if you just wanted to use it as a background image. But either way, it's pretty handy tool that I like. First off, we have Photoshop, and I also have Illustrator. Your version might look a little different than mine. We have the Creative Cloud, which is, I guess, the newest version updated. But we're going to start with is basically just a simple image from the web. I know the movies are real popular right now with Rogue One, so I'm just going to grab this. I just went to Google Images real fast, hit Wikipedia, and I'm just going to grab this image right here. Notice that there is a little bit of an edge right here, which is looks like it's checkerboard. That means this image might actually have a transparent background, which would be a huge asset to have. It makes it a little easier to work with. But if you don't, it's fine either way. All right, so I'm going to right-click and copy. I'm just going to go down and copy the image right there. Then I'm going straight over to Photoshop. With the Mac, it's Command Tab. Go over to Photoshop, and I'm going to, right now it's saved in like the memory on the clipboard. File, New, and it should come up with this that says Clipboard. I could do custom, different sizes like this, but right now I'm just going straight from the clipboard. As you can tell, it's a pretty big size, 1024 by 1024, but it's only 72 dpi, but that's fine for what we're going to be working with. Now I'm going to create, and it's got this nice image. Notice it says background, and now I'm going to paste it down. So just file and paste. Place image, or you could just do Control V. I'm so used to using quick keys, but actually it should be under paste, edit, paste, but I'm a quick key guy. All right, so now I'm going to check out this right here because it's got a background image, so I don't need this. So I can click on that and just delete that. Oh, let's try delete. Delete, yes. Trash can, yes. All right, I can tell it's got a transparent background because of this, which is really helpful. Right now I'm going to choose my magic wand. Boom. I usually set my tolerance around 25 for something this big, anti-alias. I'm going to go ahead and select. Now, if I don't have, if it doesn't select everything I want to delete, then I can go in and select it differently. Like this might be selected, and it might kind of help with some other things if you want to get rid of. I'm just clicking the white, but the white's all connected, and I am deleting. And now this is all one image right here. Bam. Perfect. And now I'm going to go ahead and select all, which is either, I just do a Command A or I guess a Control A. And then I'm going to do Control C to copy that bad boy right there. And now I'm going over to Illustrator. In Illustrator, I'm just going to create a new file. File new. Boom. Again, it's going to come up with documents and stuff like that, saved, recent. I just pretty much just use web, and a lot of times I'll maybe even print. This time I'm going to do print because I'm still kind of a print guy a lot of times. So I'm just going to do letter and create. This is about the size, and create. Boom. Should come up as a nice big rectangle. And then I'm going to paste this thing straight down. Boom. Wow, that's big. That's actually good. So what I'm going to do is scale it down just a little bit. Use my little, if you're going to scale, a little tip is make sure you hold the shift key down, because if I start trying to scale, look what I can do. I can really mess that thing up. If you do, Control Z or an undo will help you with that. So I'm just going to scale this little Empire Galactic symbol thing down. Boom, and there I go. Now if I want to look real carefully, I can tell that it's pretty transparent already. If you're not sure, move it around. See, when it shows the gray, that means there's nothing in that area, which is really, really helpful. All right. At this point, I want to make it into a traced image so it's actually vector-based, which means I can scale it as big and as small as I want, and it won't really mess it up. So I'm going to do image trace. There I go. And Black and white logo or shades of gray. These are really the two I've really used mostly. I've tried line art, but it does some kind of weird things. If you do line art and you try to trace it, my machine's a little slow, bear with it, and it might distort it to something you don't like that. That is just not going to work, not even close. Again, Control Z or Command Z is your best friend. Right here, I'm going to go with black and white logo and see what it does. Sometimes you have to be careful because it might change some weirdness, kind of change some stuff up. Now I'm going to move it around. Now notice what happened. What is that crazy white stuff going on out here? I don't need that. We don't need that. No, I don't want that at all. So I'm going to go under here, and then I'm going to expand first. Right under this menu where it says expand, it says convert tracing object into paths. That's going to be helpful for you, okay? Which means you can get a whole lot of different shapes out of this. Once I expand, it's da-da-da-da, boom, done. You see that little blue line? It's showing that I've cut this whole thing out. Now I'm going to go over here to the little arrow that's right on this layer. And when I drop that down, it's going to show this whole nother layer right here. And then I'm going to drop that down again. And I'm going to keep going until I get a whole bunch of parts. There. Boom, 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 boom. A graphic this simple, I can just go in and find just the pure white stuff. Go in there and delete. Notice how that outer ring, that outer edge disappeared. And then I'm going to go to this one. Sometimes when you click over here, it doesn't do anything. If it doesn't click right away, you need to be over the other side. I'm going to go over here and select that and delete that. Now it looks like I'm pretty good. Now I can move this thing around because it's all still one piece. So I'm just going to double check. See how the edges look. Okay, I'm liking the way this is going. And now I should be ready to export this thing out. So I'm going to do File, Export, and I can export as. And I'm just going to save this as Empire Logo. And I don't want a PNG. What I want is something called an SVG, Scalable Vector Graphic. Okay, that's going to help you make this stuff big and small, stretch it all out, and do all sorts of crazy stuff. All right, Scalable Vector Graphic and export. I set them on the desktop because I'll destroy it or be done with it when I'm finished. Export. Here we go. I just leave everything the way it is. I don't really use a lot of these things, so I really don't want to go crazy with that. So, and okay. Now it should be exported. Now we're going to go over to, made all those parts there, going over to this right here, which is where I got my original graphic. Now you notice I have CRICUT Design Space up and running. And now I'm going to create a new project. Go under Upload Images. Upload Image. Notice how we have JPEG, GIF, or GIF, PNG, BMP, SVG, that's that scalable vector graphic I like to use a lot. DXF is also a vector-based file. They use a lot of 3D files. But right now, these are all the images I've done before and brought in. And from here, I will now hit Upload Image, Browse, and I am looking for the thing that says Empire. Empire. Oop, I must have passed it. Empire logo right there. You click it, it should come up with a nice thing, nice image. EmpireLogo.svg. That's what I want. Open. Now the file's really large. It might take a little bit. I did some really neat calavera looking things that were way too big, and it took about almost 2 hours for my CRICUT to cut it. But it was really neat. A lot of detail. The more detail you have, the longer it's going to take to load. All right, so I'm good with this. I'm going to save. And there it is. Now at this point, I can click it, insert images, and bring it straight in. Now notice it's all kind of combined right here as one piece. You can take it apart, ungroup it, try to do different things with it if you want. I don't want to do that yet because I don't want to destroy this image just yet. But if I wanted to, I could use this over and over again and see how I could duplicate and create and use it as many different ways as I want. I could go in and I could say I want to change the colors, however you want to use it. It's really a good way to use images if you've got a nice drawing that you want to scan in and try to convert and make a vinyl decal out of, or just some really neat ideas that you've got that you might want to use for greeting cards or thank you notes or just some fun stuff for your classroom. Okay, that should conclude everything that I have talked about on how to convert the image over. There is one more little tip of information I would share with you. For some reason, after a while, everything in my design space under upload images kind of disappears, or it will be there, but it won't let me reuse it to cut it. I don't know why it does that, but so what I do is I will actually keep this file and I will save one big large file that has all of my images on there. So I will have like a master file. I kind of recommend doing that. That way you kind of save stuff, and if I need to, I can turn layers on and off and use it from there. It's just kind of a safety thing. Like this is my file right here for SVGs for all the ones I've got, and I've got one big master file that has all these on there. So these are different things I've tried. I tried saving Photoshop files and JPEGs, but I found that the SVG scalable vector graphic file works the best. I hope that was helpful. I hope I didn't talk too much, and that's why I like the videos. If you need to, stop, go back, rewind, anything that can help. If you have any ideas to add to it, or if you're having any problems, please send us something like a message or an email or something, and we'll look into that and see if we can't make it easier for everyone. Or if you know of something better, let me know. I'll make a video of it, or I'll put your video up. Thank you very much, and have a good day.